So my name's Dan, and I've been asked to come and talk about an Epwell system that we had installed several years ago at our place. The water situation that we had early on is we bought a piece of property, and when we received the well report, looked at the well report, everything looked good. It looked like we had about 5 gallons per minute, or at least that. But when we actually got the house built and moved in, the water output from the well was actually much less than that. So it was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of a quarter to a third gallon per minute. So right out of the gate, we were dealing with a low yield well situation. We had built a 3,900 square foot home on this and also had another residence on the property as well. So we were trying to figure out how we could run at least one household, if not 1.5 households, off of a quarter gallon per minute. It essentially meant we couldn't wash vehicles, we couldn't water a garden, or we had to be very, very careful because there were several times during the year, especially when the water table changed a bit, where we would have to either accommodate or we'd completely run out of water for a length of time and have to figure out how to recover from that, which oftentimes would take several days for us to gain enough water back to at least take showers and run normal things like a dishwasher and things like that within a household. It was very difficult to try to time things. If we had company, folks over for Christmas, that sort of thing, it made a great deal of hassle on our end to try to figure out how we were going to best utilize the water that we did have, because there was always the warning, look, take short showers, don't flush the toilet a bunch of times, and anything, even like a leaky toilet, was always a detriment to our ability to use the water that we did have. So once the system was installed, we made some changes to the household. We put a drip system in, so we were able to irrigate not massive amounts of garden beds, but we were able to install a drip system and use that, and the water was always able to keep up with that. Another thing that we were able to do is we were able to do things like wash vehicles, which again was something that we never had been able to do prior. We didn't have to warn the guests that we were running out of water to be careful or anything like that. And I didn't feel threatened by things like a leaky toilet or anything at all like that as well. So things significantly changed. The big deal is I don't have to worry about it. I mean, that's kind of the overarching kind of big deal for me. The system will go through an optimization process, and it essentially interrogates itself to figure out how it's going to get the most water out of the well without jeopardizing pump life, without jeopardizing the existing levels that you've got in the tanks. And so it goes through its own optimization process and makes the system work best for your particular application. About 1.5 years ago, we decided to sell our place. Well, how in the world do you sell a fairly expensive home on fairly expensive property with a low yield well? Folks always have a question about a low yield well, and that always tends to be a red flag that's waved when you're listing a house or when you're buying a house. The great thing about the well system, the Epwell system for us, was because we were able to demonstrate to the homeowner or the new prospective homeowner, and also to the person that was doing the evaluation of the well, we could demonstrate to them the efficiency of the well system. The full value of the home was realized. So the home buyer, the prospective home buyer, saw the value and didn't see the prospect of a low yield well as being a detriment in the purchase of the home. I guess at the end of the day, the big deal for us was One, the realization that we could support a household of 5 or 6 people on a low yield well. 2, it didn't change the valuation of our home. 3, I didn't have to worry about water all the time. We had access to water, again, with regard to the drip system and washing vehicles and taking showers and things like that. All of a sudden, the valuation in my mind changed for the home as well. And so the EP well system turned out to be a very good solution for us.